Hi, and welcome back to Thone's Hebrews Nibbles, number 55. Limitations of the Earthly Service, part 1 of 2. Access to God before Jesus. We're going to be reading today from Hebrews chapter 9, verses 6 through 10. Now, when these things were thus ordained, the priest went always to the first tabernacle, accomplishing the service of God. But unto the second went the high priest alone once every year, and not without blood, which he offered for himself and for the errors of the people. The Holy Ghost, this signifying that the way into the holiest of all was not yet made manifest. Wow. As the first tabernacle was yet standing, which was a figure for the time then present, in which him that did serve service perfect as pertaining to the conscience, which stood only in meats and drinks, and diverse washings, and carnal ordinances, imposed on them until the time of Reformation. And to my Lutheran friends, I'm sorry, this is not the time of Reformation that Martin Luther was involved with. This was a much earlier Reformation, but it's a good term. Approaching God. Why is this in the Bible? Understanding the Old Testament reality of God. That's what we need to do. And the communications, direct communications not available. Just like if your cell phone is out of range and you get the message that he has no service, there was no direct service to talk to God either then. Application to me. The tabernacle and its procedures demonstrates that, although understood to be present by all, provided no direct access to anyone except the high priest, and to him only one day each year. They had to wait until the completion of Jesus' earthly ministry before any direct personal communications would be available. And understand that as soon as you were saved, or as soon as they were saved then they had this privilege of having direct communications with God. God indicates to us a change of covenant was necessary before man's connection to God could be restored. Remember, man had this connection with God in the Garden of Eden. He literally walked with them in the garden. And it says that in Genesis, real early. But then, when Adam's sin brought this evil into the world, and the world was tainted, and God had to taint it further. And one of the things that he removed was the ability to, at a moment's notice, talk to him by human beings. My personal response: Lord, thank you for having this long-term plan of reconnection between you and we, based upon your Son accepting the punishment for all our transgressions. Think about that until we talk again. See you.